G'day gang, we're back on the Mazda. Let's go through the story. There's another engine getting made or built at some point, but for the time being the guy needs to use it in a couple of weeks time. He hasn't got the time, or we haven't got the time, or somebody's got no time and somebody's got no money. To build another engine he needs it for the end of the month to go to a wedding. If you can see really good there, I don't know, there you go. You can see down the bottom the damage that's on the bore there. It's like a hot, it's what's happened is the bore's so thin, it's created a hot spot and that boils the coolant. But that's not the only reason we had problems with this thing. That's the head that was on there. As you can see, it's been repaired. It was corroded through here and through here, just right on the fire rings area. There might be evidence still, you can see where he's probably welded it up, but and then they just skimmed it off a little bit. They didn't want to take too much off because it's going to have some compression anyway. Does a nice job when he does these heads. You know, he deburrs the edges and everything so you don't cut yourself. Does a good job. Anyway, so for the minute, I'm going to get on with the scraper again. As you can see, I've been scraping away. I'm going to clean out the bolt holes and so forth and so on and get a little bit more happening. Yeah, so when you look at that mark on that bore down here, it looks like a hot spot off a on a disc rotor. You know where you get the shutter on a from warping the disc, when the disc warps from overheating. Well, that's what it appears, that's what it looks like down there, it feels like. Now, it's ugly, but that's not why it came in here, because of that. So let's just hope that we can let's just hope we can keep it running for him for the couple of weeks. But what are you going to do? He's the owner. We can only encourage him to go the right way. Oh, we're just going to run a we've got some schmoo in there. To tighten that drill up, tighten that cap up a bit. I'll clean those threads out really good. Yeah, don't miss any because it's hard. Oh, you guys have gone a bit of an angle there. No, looks like you got it. Oh, sorry fellas. Yeah, you're right, you'll be right there. As awkward as it is, do your best to get them all. Because there will be muck in the threads. I will show you. And this is what binds up against your bolt with all your precision lubrications and your ARPs and your not so bad, that one, but you guarantee they're gonna be blocked up. Yeah, so one guy wanted me to run a bottle brush hone down through there, but look, let's face it, we know that there's the sides of the rings are going to have gouges and stuff in them. The sides of the pistons are going to have some horrible marks on the sides. There's no, you know, they're not going to achieve anything by by trying to do something with that. Ain't gonna work. Yeah. Been a while since I've been playing around with a Ford engine. Yeah, so that's gonna be like Schrodinger's cam bearings, that's gonna be Schrodinger's bore. So I'm just gonna turn a blind eye to it. And as long as nobody looks at it, they're not gonna know. Yeah, there you go. There's a good example. But that's not going to help you. That's not going to help the cause. So, I'm going to get back on with it. 2 more to go. And then, okay guys, can you tell me when those 2 are rocking there? That's for the number 5 piston. When we get those rocking, we'll be on top dead centre number 1. Here we go. Inlet. Exhaust. We're just about there. There we go. Right there. Piston is up. Number 1 is up. Back of the labs. Rocking. Top dead centre number 1. These are just it's a permaseal gasket set. You guys know how I roll. It's just part of the deal. Been doing it forever. The head bolt torque, according to the permaseal gasket kit, there's 2 different torques for a 302 and a 351, and what we're going to do is we're going to do this one for the 351. That's close fuckers to swearing 100 foot-pound. Those bolts had, they are ARPs. Yeah. They had, mate, if they didn't have 150 on them, there's something wrong, because I broke a socket trying to get them off. That's for sure. Anyway. Back to it. We look at the gasket, we're looking for the open section that goes to the back always. Notice there's no open section there at the gasket. Goes to the back. Yeah, like so. Like so. Now just going to come back around with me goo. Whack on the head. Down we go. Come on. Come on, bugger. There we go. There we go. I like aluminium heads. This is why you don't throw away extra stuff. Which obviously you got like this. So we buffed all the threads up. Nice and clean thread. I'm going to put some of that sealer on the thread because it goes into water gallery, but we need to put a bit of this bolt lube stuff under the head of the bolt. The washer's already in the cylinder head, and we'll just repeat that, and I'm going to go through in 3 steps and do the head torque. And that's that head bolted down. 135 Newton meters, or close as fuck as you swear, and 100 foot-pounds. And let me tell you, on this angle, because we can't come from the front, it's a challenge. Yeah, it's a challenge. What I might do now is I might put the little spacer plate on. The spacer, which allows it to have these other exhausts, which I'm going to guess is, what is that, the Cleveland style or something? Where the bolts are diagonal. Yeah. So I'll clean this up on the wire wheel and put a gasket in here and bolt that bit on. This is the worst side. This is the worst side here. I might as well do the worst side first, eh? Yeah, so this is how that, you know, there's little caps, bolts. I mean, like that bolt onto the head and then the extractor's bolted there. If I was real conchy, I'd probably come in here and, you know, match the gaskets up and stuff, but nah, not this time at least. So I'm going to pop all this back, or pop this back on this side, and I'll go about putting the head on the other side. There we go. I think that's the hardest part of the whole job. Is the head bolts access, because we can't, this doesn't move very far, and yeah, so the head bolts and the and those manifold little grub screws, they were the most awkward to do in the whole job, really. Okay, time to whack the other side on, and again with the 3 you can see it. Okay. We've been through this before, we know all this stuff. You know why. It's more than a habit, I suppose, at the moment, like I told you before many other times. But if it works, we'll keep doing it. And it works. Let's grab this gasket. It's a Permaseal kit, I think you saw that probably. And they do have some glue-like substance, and it's got a little bit of a sticky feel about it. But again, the reason the coolant is to get in between the gasket layers, the composite, and weep out. So that fella's on. We'll do the same with the other side, just around the water bits. Oh, straight, see that? To the back. Yeah, always have holes to the back. I'll just glue him up a bit. Just like the other one. Just a little bit around the... It doesn't have to be much either, it's just a little bit. See what can happen if you're not paying attention? That could have been disastrous. But we're good. Oh, I'll get that bit too, and then we'll slide that up. Okay, same process. Now, I've been meaning to tell you blokes, in case you're not aware of, two gentlemen that I've been watching recently. One's name is Steve Vizard. David Vizard. Steve Vizard. Fair dinkum. I wouldn't be watching him if I had to. David Vizard. I'll put a link down to his channel down there in the comments, description, something. Yeah, probably in the description. And another guy I've just gotten onto. These guys have got not many subscribers either, and they deserve to have many. David Vizard, very smart engine builder, excellent with cylinder heads. And then the other guy is Greg Quirin. Quirin, I think is how you spell it. I'll put the link down in the thing there. He'll introduce you to a fellow named Peter Ardina. And he's going to open your eyes when you think, wow, look at this guy does make his own engines, makes his own conversions for engines to overhead cam, old engines I'm talking, flathead engines with overhead cam, stuff like that. So if you want to learn some stuff from blokes that know what they're doing and really know what they're doing, go and have a look at them two blokes. You'll find some very interesting stuff. Two heads on. Yeah. Now I whacked the rockers on. I arranged them so. Front of the car, the back of the car, right hand side, left hand side. And so, yeah, I'll put all them on. A nice shiny coat of oil on everything. I poured it down over the rockers. I just poured it in there with a bit of little cup of oil and just pour it in over there. Put the push rods down on. Make sure that we've got oil on everything. Yeah. We'll just keep going. So if you're unfamiliar with roller rockers and adjustable rollers, what you have is a nut, screws down on the thread under that section there, which allows you to put more or less load on it. It has a locking Allen key grub screw in the middle. You screw this bugger into wherever you need to be so you've got our correct lash. And then in with the grub screw. Tighten him up. That won't turn anymore after that. So yeah. I don't know why that one's down as far as it is. Unusual. I can't remember where that should be. Anyway, we'll be right. We'll sort her out. We're going to, what am I going to do now? I think I might put the rally cover on so I can put the distributor in before I start to rotate the engine to do the valve latch. I think that's where I'm going to go. That's cork. Oh, but zig, it's not going to work. Here's the reason they don't usually work. When they come fucking long. Very long. And they don't like to sit in their position properly, as you can see. So what you need to do is pick an end and trim it. No, I'll trim this one up, we'll come back. It'll sit in all nice. I haven't even glued it in yet. Oh. It sits in there nice. These come with an adhesive on them, so usually what I would do is put my silicone down there about half an hour before I'm ready to put the belly cover on. trim up my ends and glue them in so they don't move. We are going to use silicone in the corners here, but this will be fine. Here's our firing order. When I'm doing the lash, you know what I do. Get number 6 rocking, do number 1, number 3 rocking, do number 5. That's the firing order of the 302. And if it happens to be the 351, that's its firing order, and I'll just follow that one. The same deal, because I'm not exactly sure what cam this has got in it. Now, if you recall, when I pulled it apart, I checked the lash, and the lash was something like 30 thousandths of an inch, which is lots. I said I'm going to do it at 20, and 20 I'm going to do it. One gentleman said, "Oh, I think I'd go to 22. Fuck off, mate. Just want him just nice. Just nice, like that. Tighten this fella up. Yeah, I'm digging it. Tighten this fella. One-handed. What are we there? Okay, we're on the bottom. A little bit more. A little bit more. Just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit more on that one. Come on, in the hole. A little bit. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'll just have to rotate it around. I have the dizzy sitting kind of where it's got to go. There's our mark there. As I wind this around to do its lash, well, that should drop into the hole. It should. Anyway, I'll wind it around and we'll set the lash up. So we'll spin that around again, like I was saying. I'm looking for number 3 rocking. If it's number 5 rocking, which is over here, we know it's got a 351 cam in it. 302 pistons and 351 pistons all go up at the same time. It's the cam that makes the difference. So we're looking for either number 5 or number 3 to go up and down, and then we'll just go around. We know exactly which one it was. Number 3 that was rocking. I just got on the rock then. So we're going to do number 5. We know it's got a 302 cam in it. Distributor fell into place. Happy days. And away we go. Keep going and keep going. That's about all I can do at the minute. These quarter 20 nuts are not doing a thing So I've got to get a set of nuts. There'll be 12 of those. There's one missing over here at the back. It's down there. Other than that, I think pretty much everything's plugged on and plugged in and ready to go. Oh yeah, so we need 12 of those. And I've got to get a gasket. Nobody can line it up. Nobody can work out what it is. I think it's Clevo. Not that I'm a Ford person, but I'm going to go and see a mate who works on plenty of them, and I'm sure he's got a Cleveland cylinder head in his shop somewhere that I can match it up. So, for now, I'll check you later. Have yourselves a good one. Probably check it tomorrow, hey? I'll get all these bits in. If I get them in, we'll fire it up. Cheers.